to Zimbabwe. The country wants to be readmitted into the global financial system, and it intends to clear long-standing arrears to international creditors in order to join the club, so to speak. After repaying the IMF last year, the Southern African country now plans to clear more than $1.5 billion. That's due to the World Bank and the African Development Bank. CGTN's Farai Mwakutuya spoke to the country's finance minister to find out the status of this debt clearance strategy, among other challenges facing the economy.
Finance Minister, thank you so much for your time and for speaking to us. Can we begin by looking at Zimbabwe's debt clearance plan? Where are we in terms of that?
We have since cleared our arrears to the IMF, and right now clearance of arrears to the African Development Bank and the World Bank is underway. It's work in progress. And I'm confident that we should be able to reach an understanding this year. I wanted to emphasize, of course, with respect to clearance of arrears, that it is very important for Zimbabwe to reintegrate into the global market, into the global economy. Right now, we are not. We are on the margins of the global economy, and we should not allow that situation to continue. We are undertaking very comprehensive reforms in the area of the economy. For instance, I've made reference to the huge fiscal deficit. Right now, we are spending 90%, over 90% of the revenues that we receive into wages.
When we hear about rationalizing or reducing these costs, does it mean that people are being laid off? Does it mean salaries are being reduced or are being frozen?
We have no intention of pushing out anyone from employment in the civil service. What we are seeking to do is to achieve efficiencies in the way we run the civil service. That has not been there. And we are seeking to achieve efficiencies so that the public funds we have, little though they may be, are effectively utilized. We are rationalizing the civil service. We are also redeploying people from surplus excess areas to areas where there are needy people, needy areas. That's what we are doing. And I'm happy to say that last year alone, we have been able to achieve a savings of $117 million.
We have seen you very busy meeting different delegations. There are a lot of international delegations from different countries who come here, who express an interest and say, look, we are ready and willing to do business with Zimbabwe. We've seen some governments offering financial assistance and all that. But it's perhaps not the big windfall that we need or that we are looking for.
Let me just highlight the fact that it's a process. To start with, my own belief with respect to foreign direct investment is that foreign direct investment comes at the behest of local players. So there is need to nurture local companies, local players. They will act as the magnet. It's the domestic players who will go out to look for foreign direct investment in order to fill up the gaps in their operations. It could be a financing gap, it could be a technology gap, it could be a managerial gap. They will identify what gaps they need, and then they go out to look for that investment.